sound the call to come together and unite every stand. Let's strive for freedom.
Please thank Elizabeth and Francisca.
Some great moments there for these players to pull on their national jerseys, in particular, Flano, for the South African guys who wouldn't get to wear the Rhinos jersey too often.
Yeah, special moment for a lot of those players. Yeah, they flew 9 players over from South Africa and played in a midweek game on Tuesday. And in this side today, we've got 2 South African-based players. So that's an enormous achievement for them. And a lot of other, obviously, the other players have got, you know, family heritage back to South Africa.
All right, let's head on field to the Cook Islands War Dance. How intimidating would that be, facing a Cook Island side if you're South Africa, looking at some of the NRL talent they've got in this side, and they've added to this game as well. The likes of Davey Moale, Marata Niakura have been added to the team that is already pretty filled with some NRL talent.
Yeah, you just saw the look on some of those young boys' faces. The first time they would have been obviously playing against NRL experienced players, and then to come up against that, Kale Ero out the front of it, leading it with his centre partner, Rennie. It's intimidating, that's for sure. Now you've got to refocus and get ready for this kickoff.
For South Africa, we've spoken quickly about, you know, it's a growing rugby league nation, and a lot of this has been self-funded off their own bat, Shane.
Yeah, it has. You know, speaking to the coach last night, you know, he's always, you know, paying his way back to South Africa and trying to get systems and programs. There's 2 conferences back in South Africa, and there's about 400 registered players in that South African competition. Yes, they want to improve it. You know, they've got some development officers working part-time in the area, and they'd love, obviously, their union is so strong, but they're trying to develop this rugby league program.
Well, there is over 500,000 rugby players in South Africa under the age of 25. That's what they tell me. So if you're the Perth Bears, right, you're going over and having a look at potentially some guys that maybe might be interested in rugby league.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, their transition's not, you know, that hard, and, you know, they love their rugby and they love their rugby league. So, you know, time will tell, but, you know, we're going to get some players out of, we see here, there's a couple of players that are bordering on for South Africa, you know, young ones, like their halfback and captain, Cam Cryer. He's played a lot of reserve grade and was just off first grade.
Well, here we go. A spot in the World Cup for next season underway between South Africa and the Cook Islands. That's Shane McKenzie who gets us underway, followed up by his front row partner, Jason Smith. A lot of these South African players playing local leagues all over Queensland and New South Wales, called upon to do a job for their country here this afternoon. And they come up against the likes of that man there, Brendan Piakura, the Broncos superstar, who makes his presence felt. McKenzie with a second carry. So through their first set, South Africa. Here comes young Teopol Stoltman on debut for the Cook Islands. And they'll start their set 25 out from their own line. Hiro foxing on the ground, no penalty. Olberg, good line speed from the South Africans to meet him. It's a good run from Teague, troubling the defence already. Masters, play on, Olberg can't control it, so they chance their arm early, the Cook Islands, but to no avail.
Yeah, it was a good set from South Africa. Rhinos, they completed their set, they got a kick away, and then they've just forced an error. Cook Islands trying to go around them rather than go through them on that first set. So we look at some of these players from South Africa, and I touched on him earlier, Cameron Cryer. He's actually a Sharks junior, come through the junior rep program down there at the Sharks. He went to Parramatta, played New South Wales Cup at Parramatta, the Dragons, Blacktown and the Mounties. He's been around a lot, and as I said, he was just off, especially when he was younger, he was just off getting into an NRL system. But a very good player. Got a bit of a hamstring strain, he told me yesterday, but he'll get through it.
Both their halves have actually got some New South Wales Cup experience. Kobe Thomas was the new North Sydney Bears Player of the Year this year, so there is some experience